Only 1% of gun owners actually know this secret. Most truck guns are just rusty junk that owners are afraid to keep inside their safe. That is a dead wrong way to think when stuck in the mud miles away from pavement, or when facing down real trouble at a ranch gate. A cheap beater will not cut it. You need a lifeline. Forget what the internet forums claim about spending $3,000 on a rifle. The goal is finding that sweet spot where rugged reliability meets a price tag that will not cause any tears if it gets a scratch. These models survived brutal testing in freezing Montana sleet and blistering Arizona heat. And make no mistake, the #1 pick on this list completely defies physics. It should not be this cheap, and it should not be this good, but it is. Let us begin. Number 10 is the Mossberg 590 Shockwave. Hold on, we know the skepticism here. Let us start with a weapon that completely rewrote the rulebook. If you have not seen one of these inside a truck cab, you are simply not looking. This Mossberg 590 Shockwave currently has a stable price right around $500. It is not the cheapest option, but it remains the most legally fascinating. Featuring a 14-inch barrel, it is not an NFA item or shotgun. It is classified as a firearm. Why open with this? Because it solves the single biggest truck gun issue: overall length. Measuring just 26.3 inches overall, it maneuvers inside a cab like a handgun while hitting like a freight train. The pump action is dead simple. No batteries and no gas system to foul up. Rack it and it fires. Mossberg has built these actions since 1961, proving their worth through swamps, deserts, and freezing tundra. The Shockwave takes that reliable platform and strips it down to pure, raw function. It is engineered around the legendary 590 receiver, featuring a heavy-walled barrel, a clean-out tube, and a tough, Parkerized finish. Mastering the shooting technique is absolutely required, but as a defensive tool, fitting easily between the seat and console, it has no equal. Number 9. The ZEV FDP9. This pick will certainly make the comments explode. Skeptics are already screaming that this is not a budget option. And that is true. The ZEV FDP9 folding defensive pistol hits the wallet hard, hovering around $1,800. So why does it deserve a spot here? Because it is the only firearm that actually buys you space. Perfect for drivers without a dedicated rifle rack. This is pure engineering magic. It collapses into a fully sealed box resembling a laptop battery or a simple lunchbox. Keeping the dust and lint out while retaining oil, it completely disappears inside a center console. Once deployed, it becomes a 9mm platform, taking standard Glock magazines while offering real physical points of contact. It solves the classic truck gun dilemma. How do you keep a weapon accessible without alarming passengers or attracting thieves? Is it the cheapest option? Absolutely not. But is it the best value for total stealth? Yes, because sometimes the real budget is not money, it is physical real estate. Number 8. Axor Arms FPSS. Not long ago, witnesses spotted a ranch hand in Texas pulling a massive shotgun out of a toolbox, half the weapon's actual size, looking like an absolute optical illusion. The weapon was the Axor Arms FPSS. This is where Turkish imports finally make perfect sense for American trucks, coming in at a street price of $350 to $400. It is a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun designed to fold completely in half. The Axor Arms PAF-12 pump-action shotgun brings a compact 14-inch barrel. Measuring roughly 26 inches overall, it weighs in at just about 5.5 pounds. Most folding shotguns are useless single shots, but this beast packs a 3+1 capacity. It easily fits folded and unloaded right inside your truck door panel. Snap it open, rack a shell, and command 12-gauge authority in 3 seconds flat. Is it as smooth as some high-end Italian autoloader? No, the finish is pretty rough. But for a gritty truck gun hiding under your seat, it brings massive firepower to a compact package. Forget clay shooting. This is strictly built for clearing paths and stopping threats at 20 yards. Number 7. The Kel-Tech KS7. This controversial choice might split the crowd, but hear out the actual facts. Traditionalists completely look down on the Kel-Tech KS7, writing it off as a plastic space toy. But they are dead wrong. For around $550, you get a bullpup 12-gauge spanning just 26.1 inches. That matches the length of a short-barreled rifle while maintaining a full 18.5-inch barrel. That means full velocity, full legal compliance, and absolutely zero NFA paperwork. Now for the real selling point. This machine weighs only about 5.9 pounds completely unloaded. You can easily control this weapon with one hand while swinging a heavy gate open with the other. It easily holds 6+1 of those 3-inch shells. That is serious stopping power, packed into a frame small enough to mount on a transmission hump. Sure, shooting a sub-6-pound 12-gauge delivers a massive kick, but in a real-world defensive scenario, you will barely even feel it. When looking for raw, compact power, this reigns supreme. At number 6, the CZ Scorpion Evo 3S1. And trust me, wait until you see our top 3. It breaks every single rule. But first, let us cover number 6. Many bypass this platform, believing it is merely a basic range toy, which is a massive mistake. Enter the legendary CZ Scorpion. Years ago, these commanded premium prices, but a flooded market of pistol-caliber carbines changed the game. Now the actual street price for the classic Evo 3 sits comfortably between $750 and $850. For a highly reliable European-made 9mm, that is an absolute bargain. The Scorpion lineup splits its specifications between the dedicated pistol and the longer carbine variations. The compact pistol model features an 8-inch barrel and weighs about 5.6 pounds without its magazine. Meanwhile, the full carbine variant sports a 16-inch barrel, bringing the total weight to roughly 6.6 pounds. Why for the truck? Pure reliability. The blowback action is simple. It easily digests steel-cased ammo, dirty reloads, and premium defensive hollow points without a single hiccup. Built from heavy-duty polymer, it will not rust, even if left in a damp truck cab overnight. Equipped with a folding brace, it tucks away perfectly in a backpack or under your seat. This setup delivers 20 or 30 rounds of 9mm, with accurate reach out to 75 yards. When you need to engage targets further than any standard handgun allows, without the deafening muzzle blast of a rifle inside a cab, the Scorpion is the professional choice. At number 5, the Mossberg 990 Aftershock. People always ask, why not just saw off an old shotgun? Simply put, because that is how a useful tool becomes a major federal felony. Enter the Aftershock. It claims the number 5 spot by taking the classic Shockwave design directly into semi-automatic territory. This is a rugged, factory-built short-barrel 12-gauge firearm, not a shotgun. And not a pistol. Just raw, compact firepower engineered the right way. The Aftershock runs a 14.75-inch barrel, maintaining an overall length of 27 inches and a steady 6-pound weight. It holds 5+1 rounds chambered specifically for 3-inch shells. The price typically lands north of $600, depending on current availability. Unlike the pump-action Shockwave, this monster utilizes a gas-operated semi-automatic action. That gives you faster follow-up shots, zero manual cycling under pressure, and a far smoother recoil impulse in tight spaces. Full-stock shotguns are an absolute nightmare inside a cab. The barrel hits the roof, the stock binds on the steering wheel, and everything goes sideways fast. The Aftershock completely eliminates those issues. It remains ultra-compact, clears door frames easily, and maneuvers inside vehicles, more like a handgun than a rifle. You get devastating semi-automatic 12-gauge authority, packed into a chassis that easily fits between your seats. This is absolutely not a range toy. This is a serious stay-away warning, delivered 5 heavy rounds at a time. At number 4 is the Axor EP9. And yes, traditionalists are going to hate me for this. Putting a mostly polymer weapon above the legendary Mossberg 990 sounds crazy, but here is the brutal truth why. You can acquire the Axor EP9 directly from the factory for just $449. That leaves you plenty of budget for a red dot, a sling, and a light. This is the true hidden gem of the PCC world. It weighs barely over 4 pounds and feeds from standard Glock magazines that are likely already on your belt. Thanks to a highly unique buffer system, its recoil impulse is softer than almost any competitor on the market. When selecting a truck, gun weight is the enemy. Heavy weapons slide around and easily destroy your vehicle interior. The EP9 is fast, light, and incredibly precise, with shooters running them dirty for 2,000 rounds without a single malfunction. This tactical platform is offered in 2 primary setups, a pistol and a full carbine. Each version built with distinct barrel lengths and weights. If your vehicle breaks down on a dark highway, do you really want a heavy pump shotgun or a nimble lightweight carbine packed with 33 rounds of 9mm and a high output weapon light? The choice is obvious. At number 3, the Smith & Wesson M&P FPC. Up next, our top pick is the one vehicle weapon most people completely overlook. But at number 3, we have the new school. For decades, folding carbine options were incredibly limited. Smith & Wesson analyzed the landscape and decided they could build something far superior. Enter the M&P FPC, currently retailing between $600 and $650. Now here is the real genius. It folds sideways. This allows you to keep your primary optic mounted and fully zeroed without interfering with the top rail. It feeds from highly reliable, readily available M&P pistol mags, shrinking down to a mere 16 inches when folded. It includes a discreet carrying bag that does not scream tactical firearm. You can easily transport this from your vehicle to a hotel room unnoticed, and the trigger feels incredibly crisp. It delivers signature Smith & Wesson reliability while keeping recoil absolutely negligible. It completely resolves the biggest weakness of folding designs holding zero. For any shooter demanding a highly precise bag-ready weapon, this is your ultimate stop. At number 2, the Ruger 1022 Takedown. If you know, you know. Even 50 years later, this incredible design simply cannot be beaten. It is impossible to discuss vehicle firearms without paying respect to the rimfire king, the Ruger 1022 Takedown. It retails around $450, but yes, it is just a 22. But in a real survival scenario, stranded in deep snow or stuck on a washed-out logging trail, you are not fighting an entire cartel. You are harvesting small game for food or signaling for rescue, and you can easily fit 500 rounds of 22 LR inside a standard cup holder. Try doing that with 12 gauge. This Takedown model splits in half instantly. It packs easily into a waterproof tube, and the stainless steel models are virtually weatherproof. Its rotary magazine is simply the most reliable rimfire magazine ever created. Bottom line, it is quiet, with absolutely zero recoil. It delivers surgical precision out to 100 yards, acting as a pure survival tool rather than a combat weapon. This is the ultimate tool for staying alive. The exact firearm to grab when heading deep into the woods. Number 1. The Kel-Tech Sub2000. 9 incredible firearms have been revealed, from heavy-hitting shotguns to high-tech folders and rimfire legends. Yet one single weapon dominates the entire lineup. An AR-15 pistol might seem like the obvious choice, but it is not. The crown goes to the Kel-Tech Sub2000. The decision is not even close, especially with an easy price tag of just $450. It folds completely in half vertically, creating a package compact enough to slip under a seat inside a door or right in the glove box. Choose the version matching your magazines, whether it is Glock 19, Glock 17, or the multi-mag setup. It effortlessly shares both ammunition and magazines with a standard carry pistol. The Generation 3 upgrade significantly improved the sights, the trigger, and the entire forend. It operates on a simple blowback system. It is ugly, kicks a bit for a 9mm, but deploys in 1 second flat. Snap, click, bang! Even at 100 yards, hitting a small target is easy, bridging the gap between handgun and rifle with absolute ease. It is the ultimate just-in-case tool for any crisis. There is no pretending to be a sniper rifle here. It is a truck gun, pure and simple. 10 tactical options, 1 single mission. Reliable, affordable, and ready to deploy instantly. Whether relying on the raw power of the Shockwave or the surgical precision of a quick takedown, the golden rule remains. A truck gun only serves its purpose if it actually stays inside the vehicle. Secure it, lock it, but always keep it ready. Which one of these powerhouse options is riding shotgun today? Or did a personal favorite get left off the list? Make your case in the comments and get ready, because next time, the testing begins. Prepare to see the absolute best truck gun ammunition that has remained completely off the radar. Do not miss out. Stay armed, stay vigilant, and prepare for the next tactical briefing.